Welcome back to the pod. Today, we are tackling a topic that frankly should not even be a topic in 2024. We are talking about the systemic stain of racism in football. From Wesley Fofana's public stand against his own teammates to the disturbing incidents involving Dean Hyson, the sport is at a breaking point. As athletes, we talk about marginal gains in technical performance, but how can any player reach their peak when the environment is toxic? We are seeing a resurgence of blatant prejudice that the Premier League slogans just aren't fixing. Why are we still here? Let us dive into the technical and cultural breakdown of the game we love and see what's really happening behind the scenes of the world's biggest league. Let us talk about the flashpoint. Chelsea's Enzo Fernandez recorded a video with the Argentinian national team containing deeply offensive, racist, and transphobic chants. Wesley Fofana did not stay quiet. He called it uninhibited racism on social media. Think about the locker room dynamic. You spend months building team cohesion only for a teammate to mock your heritage. This is not just a mistake. It is a fundamental breach of the trust required for elite team performance. When the video surfaced after the Copa America win, it showcased a culture where winning seemingly excuses bigotry. For players of color, that victory is immediately tarnished by the realization that their own peers might harbor these views. It is not just the massive clubs like Chelsea. Dean Hyson, the rising star at Bournemouth, recently faced a barrage of racial abuse online following match incidents. We often focus on the physical side of the game, the sprints, the tackles, but the psychological load of senior social media flooded with hate is immense. The Premier League's No Room for Racism campaign claims to offer protection, but when a young player like Hyson is targeted, the response often feels reactive rather than proactive. We need to analyze why the digital barriers for athletes are so weak and why platforms are not doing more to protect these high-performance professionals from targeted harassment. Let us look at the data, because the numbers do not lie. Reports from Kick It Out have shown a consistent rise in reports of discrimination. In the 2022-2023 season alone, there was a staggering 65% increase in reports of player-centered abuse. This is not a few bad apples situation. It is a trend. From a technical perspective, these incidents distract from training cycles and tactical preparation. When a club has to manage a PR crisis and internal strife, the 1% gains we chase in the gym are completely wiped out. The Premier League is the most watched league in the world, yet it struggles to enforce basic human decency on its own pitches. For the fitness junkies listening, let us get technical. Chronic exposure to racism and social exclusion triggers the body's stress response. We are talking elevated cortisol levels, disrupted sleep patterns, and decreased cognitive function during high-pressure match situations. When Fofana or Hyson step onto the pitch, they are not just fighting the opposition, they are fighting a physiological disadvantage caused by external hate. This minority stress is a real performance killer. If we care about the quality of the game and the health of the athletes, we have to treat racism as a critical health and safety issue, not just a social one that can be ignored. We see the patches on the sleeves, no room for racism. But where are the consequences? In the Enzo Fernandez case, the apology was quick, but the disciplinary action felt sluggish. In many cases, clubs protect their assets, the high-value players, at the expense of the victim's dignity. For fans and fellow athletes, this creates a cynical environment. If the Premier League wants to be the pinnacle of sport, the punishment for racial abuse needs to be as rigorous as the punishment for doping or financial fair play violations. Without heavy sporting and financial sanctions, these slogans are just marketing fluff used to sell the global brand while ignoring the reality on the ground. Wesley Fofana's decision to call out his teammate publicly is a paradigm shift. Historically, players were told to keep it in the dressing room, but the modern athlete is a brand and a leader. By using social media to hold their own clubs and teammates accountable, they are forcing a transparency that did not exist 10 years ago. For the athletes listening, your voice is part of your power. It is not just about the weights you lift or the miles you run. It is about the culture you cultivate in your team. Solidarity is not just a buzzword, it is a performance requirement. When Fofana speaks up, he is protecting the future of every young player entering the academy system. So why are we still here? Because the systems in place are designed to protect the business of football, not the people playing it. As fans and fitness enthusiasts, we have to demand better. Support the players who speak out. Hold the leagues accountable for their lack of action. Racism is not a side issue in sports. It is a barrier to excellence. We want to see the best athletes in the world performing at their absolute peak, free from the weight of bigotry. Thanks for tuning into this deep dive. Let us keep the pressure on and off the pitch. We will catch you in the next episode for more technical insights and hard truths.